Matt here, co-founder of Big League Clean. Going to show you guys today how we do lead response. And I recently showed you how we do phone call recovery or lead recovery, essentially. Today I'm going to show you the version that fires when someone fills out a form on our website. Not a missed call, but a form. And I'm going to show you that because the second somebody raises their hand and say, I might want to work with you, the clock starts right then. And for us at Big League Clean, we try to really focus on speed to lead, and this is a critical one for us. So most companies, they blow this, and I'm gonna fire it live and show you guys how we do it, how we automated it, we iterated it, we optimized it to get it to this point. I'm gonna show you exactly how we never blow it when companies submit us forms. So here's the deal. Studies show that if you respond to a web lead within 5 minutes, you're 21 times more likely to qualify them than if you waited 30 minutes. 21 times. Most cleaning companies, they take hours. Some even take days. Now, by the time those companies reply, the lead has already talked to 3 other companies and probably even signed with one of them. They've done the walkthrough process with a couple probably that said, hey, next day we can be out there. They probably signed. We built a system that takes essentially under 60 seconds to do more than just respond. But faster isn't even the real magic. The magic is that the response we send is already personalized to their industry, to their company size, and to their actual business before a human at Big League Clean even sees the lead come in. That's the great part. Now, the problem is when a web lead hits your inbox, you usually get the bare minimum, right? Name, email, maybe a short message. That's it. So most cleaning companies do one of 2 things. Option 1, they send a generic autoresponder. Thanks for reaching out. We'll be in touch in 24 hours, right? Something like that. It's cold, it's boring, it's unforgettable, really. And the lead reads it, and they'll probably get back to you, but there's no, shock feeling at all to them, which we want to give to leads when they reach out to us, right? They want to feel right away, man, this is a quality company with based on how they got back to us. The second option is they wait until somebody on their team has time to manually research the company, write a personalized email, and respond. And that's great, but it's tomorrow afternoon or it's hours later, right? Because that takes time. People are busy. They have schedules going on. So the lead's gone by then. There's a third option, though, that nobody talks about, and that is to personalize it and respond instantly using the lead's domain to look up their entire company, route them by the industry, and send them a specific email that references their business by name all before they've closed the browser tab. That's what this system does. That's what we build it to do. So the system you can see here in n8n.com, 12 nodes, 2 paths. I'm going to walk you through every single config. And if you actually want the template, drop into my Skool community and I'll hand it to you. There you go. It's going to be able to copy and paste that into your N8N, and you will be able to use exactly what we use at Big League Clean for your own company without having to build it all out. So it's going to start right here at the trigger, as a lot of these automations do. This is the webhook, right? It's when data comes in. Really, for us, it's when anyone submits a form on our website, the contact page, the quote request, the newsletter sign up, anywhere, But for us, it's the form, the quote request. It's going to fire a webhook, and that's going to be the ear of the system, as it is in other automations too. The webhook when it gets information right after the trigger. Now, the system's going to grab the lead email address and it's going to yank the domain off of it. And once again, we're going to use Apollo with that domain to search the database of all those companies. And then it's going to pull back the entire company profile if it can find it. Sometimes it can't find it, if you remember. But if it can find it, it's going to give you all that information: industry, employee count, city, website, revenue range. This is better too because for example, for us in our form, we're asking for a ton of information. We want to know the company, their name, what kind of work they're looking for. We want to know a lot more than just like, hey, here's our phone number, right? So it's better than a phone call in that aspect where we're getting a lot more information, and then you can get a lot more accurate Apollo searches. I think this is different from having the phone call automation, the mislead automation, where it's trying to scrape one phone number in Apollo, because you're getting multiple pieces of information. It gives it a much higher chance for Apollo to be able to find that contact information. So anyway, when it does find that contact information in Apollo, the system then formats everything, and the lead is typed in the form with what Apollo pulls. So now we have a complete picture of who the actual lead is, and then the system does something most automations doesn't. It will send the lead info and the form message to Gemini AI. Gemini reads the inquiry, thinks about what the lead actually needs, and writes a personalized 1-sentence briefing plus a 1-line opener for whoever is about to make the phone call. That could be your salespeople. That could be you as the owner. Whoever is going to be calling the lead, whoever typically calls off form inputs, that's who's going to be getting the information. Then immediately the system's going to fire a call now or alert email to the calling team or the individual with the lead's phone number, the AI briefing, the company profile, and instructions to pick up the phone within 30 seconds. Speed to lead, baby. Speed to lead. By the time the team member sees the alert, they already know exactly what the lead needs and exactly how to open the call. So there's zero mental load. There's not a ton of thinking needed. They literally just dial the number and read the opener, so they're briefed on the information from the lead. Then the brain kicks in. The system asks one question. Did Apollo actually find data on the company? Because sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, like I mentioned, and the system has to handle both. Now, if Apollo did find them, the system writes a clean row with their full company profile to the enriched leads tab in our Google Sheet or your CRM, wherever you want to link it to. And it sends a personalized email to the lead that references their company by name, their industry, and their specific pain points. Now, I'm going to show you guys the emails that how this actually looks. So the first one was right here. Or sorry, the second one where it's going to the prospect. Saw your inquiry come through. Want to make this easy. We'd love to schedule a walkthrough to your space, right? Then it goes, we'll be calling you the next 5 minutes. We did some research on your company. These are some issues we typically see with businesses like yours. So we know what we're talking about. We're showing that. We already handle a similar few accounts in your area, showing that we're established as well. Just all good social proofing stuff in here. And we include our link. They have the option. If they want to book something on our calendar, fine. They can also respond to this. But no matter what, as we know, we're going to be calling them anyway. As they receive this email, we should be calling them. They should see both. And typically with Bigly Clean, the number one response that we get, which I love, is, wow, that was fast. Almost every time. We want to be calling them within 30 seconds. They want to get this email within 30 seconds. We want to show them we are quick because it signals quality, in my opinion. And when you have a company reaching out right away after you submit a quote, it's a signal to the actual quality of their work, right? It's all quality and it's signaling. So that's social proofing to me as well. Now, this is what's internal and what you see internally. Call now, the name of the prospect, the number, the company. All the information, your salesperson, whoever is going to be calling is going to get this information. Bada bing, bada boom. It's quick, right? It comes right to you. We love that. So as the brain kicks in, it asks, did Apollo actually find the data on the company? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, like I said. The system's going to write it all up in a CRM. It's going to organize it. And then the email is going to be sent. That personalized email is going to be sent. Here's the smartest part. If Apollo found nothing, maybe the email, it's just a personal Gmail, right? Maybe the company is too small for Apollo's database, whatever it is. The system doesn't just give up. It logs them to a separate manual call list tab in the sheet and fires a different alert to me saying, or the caller, whoever you want, saying, hey, no enrichment data. You need to follow up personally. And still sends the lead a clean acknowledgement email so they know we get it and they know that we acknowledge them and we're going to be calling them to set up a meeting. So 2 paths really trigger from that.